I have a terrible backlog of bad pop songs I need to be reviewing, and the list is just getting longer and longer, but sometimes you hear something so awful, something just so catastrophic and heartbreaking that you have to just drop everything and address it. No, I'm talking about the earthquake, you jackass! You guys are jerks. Okay, I need to say this right now up front. I don't have any patience for people who sneer at celebrities because they participate in these big, gaudy displays of charity. You know, I hate it when people look at Bono and say, oh, I hate that pompous douchebag. I mean, look at him, always trying to change the world, help people. I hate that guy. Yeah, you know what? Whatever. I will take an insincere display of charity over a genuine display of apathy every day of the week. That said, it's not like I've dropped my critical faculties here. I know why people hate this kind of music. Good intentions and charity work are all admirable, but they don't make an awful song any less awful. We Are the World, in case you don't know, was a big hit charity record in 1985. It was supposed to help starving children in Africa, and it is, and was always, an unbearable, miserable train wreck of a song. An avalanche of bad lyrics and bad music distinguished solely by its monstrous arrogance in every single aspect of its being, right down to the title. We are the world. We are the children. We're saving our own lives. This is the only way we could get people to do charity work in the 80s, by stroking their massive egos. And there's a reason why we spent the last 25 years making fun of this type of bloated charity single, because it's both terrible and it's on its face ridiculous. But the disaster in Haiti has convinced our current best and brightest stars to drop both their cynicism and their sense of self-awareness, so they all gather together to remake We Are the World. Yippee. Okay, now, one thing you can say about the original, it had star power. Michael Jackson, Bruce Springsteen, Tina Turner, Billy Joel, Stevie Wonder. And thus, accordingly, for this new version, we have all the top pop stars of today to perform. All the biggest names like Justin Timberlake, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Coldplay, Taylor Swift, Lil Wayne. Oh good, at least we have that. Because when I think charitable goodwill, I think Lil Wayne.
I transform smaller and she puts me in her pants.
Okay, I'll admit, there are still a few actual real celebrities on this thing. We got Miley Cyrus, Akon, Black Eyed Peas. But this thing is still shockingly deficient as far as real big names. I mean, if you heard there was going to be a new We Are the World for 2010, would the first people you'd expect to see be Barbra Streisand, BB Winans, and Tony Bennett? Yeah, because there's no way you have a real celebrity team up without Tony Bennett. I mean, who's this person? Who is this? You tell me, I have no idea. You can tell this is going to be the most misguided, stillborn excuse for a song you've ever heard when they have to start the song. I mean, make their first impression onto the world so you can save orphaned children. And the best you can come up with to start the song is Justin Bieber.
There comes a time when we hit a certain call.
I want to give this kid a swirly every time I see him, I swear to God. Oh, and there's Josh Groban on here too. Seeing Josh Groban on here really does strike an odd note, because when I see Josh Groban performing on a star-studded charity single, I don't think Haiti. I think Jimmy Kimmel and Ben Affleck. Admit it, you were thinking the same thing. And that's the problem with a remake of We Are the World in 2010. We have spent 2.5 decades making fun of this song specifically, so much so that it no longer even exists as a real song anymore. It's just a joke. And for the record, Josh Groban sounded way more passionate about Ben Affleck than he does about Haiti.
Pretending day by day.
Now the interesting thing is that a lot of the time, they picked a singer to match the original pretty well, so you can compare the two songs to find out who's the 2010 version of a singer from the 80s. So, our Cyndi Lauper, apparently, is Celine Dion. And our Bruce Springsteen is a deranged, off-his-meds Wyclef Jean. Instead of Stevie Wonder, we have T-Pain. Instead of Ray Charles, we have Jamie Foxx still doing his Ray Charles impression. And instead of Bob Dylan, we have Lil Wayne. That last one might sound sacrilegious to you, but it makes perfect sense to me, because Lil Wayne is the only person on earth who could even hope to sound as bad as Bob Dylan does on the original.
We make a better day, just you and me.
But if you think that's bad, wait till you see who they got to do Michael Jackson's part. Get ready, here it comes. Isn't that a sad commentary? 25 years later, the only substitute for Michael Jackson is more Michael Jackson. And we have Janet Jackson doing a virtual duet, which is just odd and morbid. Please, for the love of God, no more duets with dead people. Okay, here's some more faint praise for the original. Say what you want about it, the producers went out of their way to make every singer sound their best. Except, of course, for Dylan, but what are you going to do? Now, my favorite part is the second chorus, where in quick succession we have Bruce Springsteen!
We are the world.
Kenny Loggins!
We are the one to make a brighter day.
Steve Perry! Daryl Hall!
Make a better day.
And it's all just so glorious, it's almost self-parody. Now, compare that to the new version where we go from Streisand, who just sounds awful.
True will make a better day.
And then we go straight into Miley Cyrus, sounding more ear-bleedingly sharp than ever. And then that's immediately followed with the worst Enrique Iglesias performance I've ever heard.
So their cries for help will not be in vain.
Look, the world got sick of your simpering Latin lover shtick a long time ago. Go away, find some testicles, you quivering loser.
We all need somebody that we can lean on.
Also, because most of our pop stars today are rappers, we have to find a way to fit them in, and it's one of the most awkward and stupid things I've ever heard. Again, I find it hard to feel in the giving mood listening to Busta Rhymes and Snoop Dogg.
The radio isn't on, you can hear the song.
Come on now, let me hear you.
Okay, now one way in which this version does live up... Whoa, 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 stop, pause. Is that Jeff Bridges? Wow. Not even the power of the dude can save this song.
Jesus.
Anyway, like I was saying, one way in which the remake lives up to the original is that it's like a billion years long. Like, by the time you finish listening to either version, some other country is going to need your help. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Okay, for real, is Wyclef okay? Could someone go check on him? And in the spirit of this song's grotesque egoism, we finish it off fittingly with Kanye West.
Everyday citizens, everybody pitching in. You and I, 12 days, no water, what's your will to live?
Now, these celebrities are reminding us all that we should donate, and I don't think that's a terrible message at all. I mean, we've all been bombarded with this message for weeks now, but, you know, every little bit counts. All the same, if you haven't donated anything, I'm not going to judge you, I'm not going to hold it against you, I understand. The original came out in the 80s, you know, the era of greed and obscene wealth. This is 2010. No one has any money anymore. I guess Ethiopians picked a better time to starve than Haiti did to have an earthquake. You know, but all the same, reminder, if you can donate, good for you, try at least. And as a reminder, the proceeds from We Are the World all go to charity, so I'm going to ask you to do a good deed. Donate to Haiti by any method other than buying this single. Because that way, you do two good deeds. One, you help out a little, and two, you discourage people from ever making this kind of music again. Wow is right, Lionel.
No, he doesn't need a hand, he just needs a kidney.